Hello friends, welcome to the Careers in Consulting channel. Do you need to serve the entire notice period when switching jobs? This is the question in the minds of a lot of candidates when they are switching jobs. So in this video, I will provide the answer to this question. I will talk about all the practical aspects related to this topic. So this is going to be a very important video. So please do watch it till the end. Do like this video, do subscribe to the channel and do share this video as much as possible. So let's start. Now once you have created a good resume, you have uploaded your resume on LinkedIn, on portals, on the various job aggregator sites, and the company has shortlisted your resume, the company HR will reach out to you by phone or by email. And in the pre-interview discussions, one question will definitely be asked from you. You will be asked about your notice period at the current employer. And in most of the cases, you have to realize that the company, the prospective employer, they would like you to join at the earliest. So they would want you to join at the earliest. They want you to join like tomorrow, right? Because please realize, especially in the consulting companies, the hiring is very situational. So only when they have a demand in a project or they have budget for a specific opening, they reach out in the market and they start reaching out to the candidates. So for the company, for the prospective employer, it is very important that candidates, they can join at the earliest and the candidates can be plotted on the projects. So from the prospective employer's perspective, it is definitely very good if you can join at the earliest, but you need to be very clear with the prospective employer about your notice period at the current company. So do not overcommit. So tell about the notice period to your prospective employer. So whether it is 1 month or 2 months or 3 months, be very transparent in that discussion. So tell to your prospective new employer that your notice period is 3 months, maybe 2 months is mandatory from this 3 months notice period and 1 month is negotiable, or if there is an option of some notice period buyout as well. So be very transparent. Do not overcommit thinking that it will increase your chances of selection, because a lot of times it will happen that the prospective employer, the company HR will say that, okay, we are looking for a candidate who can join at the earliest. Candidates who can join within 30 days would be preferred. Now, a lot of candidates, they start overcommitting that, okay, sir, ma'am, I can join within 1 month, I can join within 30 days, and they think that it will increase their chances. But please realize, do not overcommit here. If the notice period at your current company is 2 months or 3 months or whatever is their duration, be very transparent to the prospective employer about that, because a lot of cases what happens is that the candidates, they overcommit. So let's assume that as a candidate, your notice period in the current company was 3 months and you overcommitted to the new company, to the prospective employer, that you can join within 30 days. And let's say you got selected, you went through the rounds of interviews and you cleared all the rounds, and now the prospective employer, they gave you an early joining date, thinking that your notice period is 30 days only, as you had told in the pre-interview discussions. Now they have given you a joining date which is considering your notice period as 30 days only, but at your current company the notice period was actually 90 days, and now you start having those discussions with your current employer. So a lot of people assume that they will get an early release. They think that since they are not working on any project, they will get an early release. But then the current company tells the candidate that, okay, our notice period, we have mentioned in our offer of employment that our notice period is 3 months or 2 months, and we cannot give you an early release in 1 month. So now in this scenario, a conflict arises between the candidate and the current company. So Please be very careful when you are talking about your notice period to a prospective employer. Do not overcommit. Mention the notice period which is mentioned in your offer of employment with the current company. Do mention the same notice period. Now in this case, definitely a conflict arises that the current company wants to keep the candidate till he or she has served the entire notice period, but the candidate has to join the new company within 1 month. So now there is a big conflict, and lot of the cases, the candidates, they do not complete their days of notice period. They do not serve the entire notice period, and then they start working at the new employer based on that early joining date which has been provided. And a new narrative is also available these days in many articles. I have read that new approach as well in a lot of the articles. I have watched a couple of videos where this new approach was mentioned. So these articles, they tell that there is no legal action which the current employer can take if you do not serve your entire notice period. The law does not prohibit you from leaving the company, and the current company, they cannot follow any legal action. So you do not need to worry. You do not need to serve the entire notice period, and you can start working at the new company, and the current company would have to give you the letter of your employment, the proof of employment, your service relieving letter. Now again, in all my videos I give practical knowledge, practical gyan only. So let me tell you here, the first part of this statement is correct, that if you will not serve your entire notice period and you will start working at the new company, the current employer may not take legal action against you, and they may eventually give you the letter of employment, or they may give you the service letter. That is true. But please realize there are a lot of fallouts if you follow this approach, if you do not serve the entire notice period, and those fallouts, those disadvantages to you in your career, I will talk about in the next pointers in this video. So please stay with me till the end of this video. Please realize that you have a long career in front of you where you may need to switch jobs multiple times. So a lot of people, they have a very short term view that, okay, I just need to get through this job switch and after that my life is set. So let me tell you here, it is not that this is the last job switch in your career. You have a long career in front of you, maybe 20, 25, 30 years of work life in front of you, during which you may have to switch your company again, and that is very normal. People, they stay at one company for 2 years, 5 years, even 10 years, and then they move on to some other company for a new challenge, for better hikes as well, right? So you also have to realize that when you sever your terms with the current employer, there are a lot of fallouts. So the biggest fallout is, in a lot of the cases, you will be blacklisted by your current employer, right? And let me tell you here, a lot of cases what happens is, people, when they switch jobs from company 1, for example, to company 2, let's say they got 30% hike. So their best bet of moving on from the second company is coming back to company 1. So they call these as boomerang cases, where you switched from company 1 to company 2, maybe you got a 30% hike, and after a couple of years you again wanted to switch jobs, and then you come back to company 1, again you got 20, 25, 30% hike, right? Because please realize, your previous employer is your best bet of employment, is your best bet of switching companies. You can switch back to your previous employer later in your career. A lot of people do that, the boomerang cases, and you are closing these doors forever, right? Because the previous employer, the company 1, may have blacklisted you because you did not serve the entire notice period. You did not leave on good terms with the company, right? And what happens is, when you are switching back from company 2 to company 1, the company 1 does not even take your interviews, because you have already worked with your boss or your super boss at the current employer, right? So it is very easy to come back to the same company. You are closing those doors forever. And also, not only your current employer, your boss, your super boss, and your colleagues, they will also know that when you are leaving the company, you did not leave on good terms and some issues arose because of you not serving the entire notice period. And again, please realize you also switch companies, and your colleagues, your boss, your super boss, these people also switch companies during their career, right? So it may be the case that you switch from company 1 to company 2. So you cannot come back to company 1 because company 1 had blacklisted you, and your boss, when you were at company 1, the person who was your boss may be working in company 3, and the super boss may be working in company 4. So now when you give interviews at company 3, company 4, so the boss, the person who was your boss at company 1 will know that, okay, this person, lot of issues arose because this person did not serve the entire notice period. So those people may not also hire you. So please realize, when you are in consulting, there are only a few companies which will be suitable for you. And most of the people, what they do is they spend their entire career across 4 to 5 companies, right? Because your domain of consulting may not be at every consulting firm. The level of expertise which you carry, it may be available at only a few companies only. So you are closing a lot of doors by not serving your entire notice period. Please realize this fact and be very clear with the prospective employer, with a new employer. When you are switching jobs, please be very clear with the new employer that this is my notice period. I will serve my entire notice period. I can have a chat with the company HR if the notice period is negotiable, but I cannot promise you that it will be negotiable or there will be some notice period buyout option, right? So you have to be very clear with a new employer. And during the pre-interview discussions, before you have taken the offer of employment, do mention about your notice period to the new company. And in case if they still persist that, okay, we need a candidate who can join within 30 days and your notice period is only 90 days, and we can only take you if you can negotiate your notice period to 30 days. So in that case, you can politely tell the new employer that, sir or ma'am, my notice period is not negotiable below 90 days. So therefore, I cannot proceed with the interviews. And this is how you can deal with this situation, and you can ensure that you are not closing so many doors for your further journey, for your further career. Right, so I hope you got a lot of clarity from this video. If you have any personalized questions, queries, you can WhatsApp me on the provided number. So I hope you liked this video. Please subscribe to the channel if not done already, and please do share this video as much as you can. Thank you very much for watching this video. See you in the next one.